This one of those nights you just sort of feel snake bitten. I mean, you went over that 30-shot mark and were pretty effective, especially in the first period, and it just didn't go in the net.
Yeah, I thought that, if you look at our 3-game week, it was probably our best game of the week from start to finish in terms of how we need to play. And I thought that the first period, I think we had the chances at 6-2, and, we had some pretty good looks there. And, they've played well of late, and their goaltender has been great. I mean, his numbers are excellent. So, when we didn't get that first one with the way we played in the first, I thought we'd be in trouble a little bit offensively. And it just continued, Galley hits the post at the end of the second on the power play. That could have been a real good momentum change for us in the third. And I thought we did some really good things offensively tonight that we were looking to do and that we talked about this morning. Just unfortunately, we couldn't get the puck in the net. We only scored 3 goals this week, and it's certainly a concern. And it was a concern when the season started. I thought, goal scoring or offense would be a little bit of a problem, and it's certainly come to fruition at this stage here.
Yeah, and bigger picture over these 3 games, it's 1 5-on-5 goal. You think about this stuff more than anybody else. I mean, how are you going to try to conjure more 5-on-5 productivity?
Well, I just said to the guys, from an offensive standpoint, you can't get frustrated with the players because then they'll start gripping the sticks and all that sort of stuff. So you just got to kind of stay positive with them from an offensive standpoint. I tried switching the lines up and doing some things like that to tinker with it to see if we could get a goal from someone. And, unfortunately, it didn't go in tonight. But, hopefully we'll just go back at it on Tuesday and see work some more on offensive zone play and throwing some pucks at the net and see what we can do against Wilkes on Wednesday.
As you look at the last 8 or 9 games, you certainly haven't gotten a whole lot of standing points. How much of that do you have to kind of get to them up here and make sure you're still staying level and nobody's getting real down?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you look at the standings. I mean, it's pretty tight from top to bottom, and tonight's game would have been nice only because it was a game in hand on Wilkes, and it would have been a 5 out of 6 point week. Now it's just another one of those weeks where we get 3 out of 6, and it's just average. And it's just, at the end of the day, it's not good enough, and it's going to have to, I was kind of hoping this homestand would be a little bit of a momentum swing for us in terms of climbing the ladder a little bit. And there's obviously still plenty of games, but this was one that would have been nice to get to kind of get us at 3-0-1 going into Wednesday, instead of all of a sudden now we're 1-1-1 over the course of this week.
Long stretch between starts for Copley. What's your assessment of his game tonight?
Yeah, I thought he was good. I think that we made 2 mistakes. Their first line, arguably against our first line, they scored 2 goals. And, a neutral zone forecheck, Brown lost his guy and Stick wasn't on the ice. The guy got the shot away. I don't know if we could fault Cops on that one. And the second one, we just, breakdown in the D-zone coverage, and the kid was left alone there. So those were probably the 2. I didn't think we gave up a ton, but, I thought the kid was fine.
Mitchie, what's his injury and status?
Well, he just, he had that fight there last weekend, and just last night in the third period, he was feeling a little bit of the effects, but he's day-to-day, and I assume, just based on what I was told today, that he would be available for Wednesday's game, but just more precautionary, and we have 3 healthy bodies up front right now, so I thought it'd be a good time to get Walker in there just with him sitting last night and probably get some energy from him.
Seems like, last night you had not a whole lot of shots, but you were on the doorstep. They were on the doorstep again tonight. What are the things you got to do to bury some of these pucks?
Well, I think we just got to keep throwing pucks at the net. We talked about redirects and trying to make the goalie move because he's had a lot of good games of late, and I thought we did that real good. There was, like you said, some plays were just kind of inches away, and you just got to keep talking to the guys positively about that because it was good stuff, and you could see some from the bench, kind of guys were feeling it that it was going to happen, but it just unfortunately just never went in. I thought if we could get one, I thought that we could put them on their heels and maybe get back in the game and at least get a point out of it or 2 maybe, but we just couldn't seem to break that. But I really thought the turning point was Galiev hitting that post there, late second. It was almost like a Wilkes-Barre all over again last week, where we scored late in that on that power play, and that could have been a real good momentum going in the third for us.
Yeah. You gotten any advisement from the Caps on Green's situation and whether that might precipitate a recall?
No, we haven't. Doug might have spoke to the Caps today, but we haven't heard anything on him. And they don't play till Wednesday, and I know today was a day off for them, so I'm assuming we might hear something tomorrow in terms of if it's a long-term injury and they need a recall, or just a kind of a day-to-day thing. They have Hillen up there who's healthy as well, so I'm assuming if Green's not serious, Hillen would go in maybe, but I guess we'll find out here probably tomorrow on that.
One more. You and Brew spent a lot of time together in this league and the coast. Emotionally, what was it like coaching against him tonight?
Yeah, I was, as Brew's come a long way in his career and was a guy that's, went through the trenches of the ECHL. I think he's an outstanding defenseman and love to have him on my team. But it was nice to see him over there, and I thought he played well. I thought him and Chariot are certainly their two best defensemen from my perspective. Thanks, guys.